1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Welcome to Wilderspool Stadium, Warrington. The date is the 21st of April, and it's Warrington's final match in this season's Slalom Lager Championship. Warrington versus Leeds. Andy Gregory to kick off. He kicks deep. Leeds in possession. That's the mighty Eric Growth from Australia. Warrington in the light strip, playing right to left towards the railway end. That's Roy Powell, that big number 8, giving to his fellow prop Trevor Patterson. Kick from Kevin Dick. Steve Hasford back in the Warrington first team. I'll give you the teams as we go along. That's Paul Unane, number 6. Brought in at number 6. Selected at wing, but Ken Kelly injured. Paul Unane standoff. That's Big Bob Eccles, number 11 for Wire. Carl Webb's at dummy half, in the Warrington half. To Andy Gregory, looks as though he's been on a sunbed. That's Tony Worrell. Webb to Gregory, and Glynshaw misses the short slip pass, putting Leeds in possession on the halfway line. Kevin Dick to David Ward. David Ward, international hooker, captain of Leeds, back in the first team after injury. Kevin Dick. Terry Webb, the standoff for Leeds. David Ward. That's David Creaser. Lots of Aussies in the Leeds lineup. Neil Hunt, he's one. That's Roy Powell, he's a local lad from Leeds or Bradford. Big, solid prop. David Ward, acting halfback, moving left to Kevin Dick. Dick with the grubber, and it's a beauty. The teams: Warrington, number 1, Steve Hasford, number 2, Brian Carvert, number 3, Paul Cullen, number 4, Paul Ford, number 5, Barry Peters, number 6, Paul Unane, 7, Andy Gregory, 8, Glynshaw, 9, Carl Webb, 10, Tony Worrell, 11, Bob Eccles, 12, Mark Roberts, 13, Mike Gregory. Subs for Wire: number 14, Ian Duane, number 15, Steve Moylan. The referee, Mr. Hodgson of Maryport. And it's a kick to Leeds. And as they go up to take the tap, I'll start on the Leeds team. Number 1, Australian Neil Hunt. Number 2, Australian Eric Growth. Number 3, David Creaser. Number 4, Australian Tony Curry. Number 5, David Healy. Number 6, from Australia, Terry Webb. Number 7, Kevin Dick. Number 8, Roy Powell. At 9, David Ward. Number 10, Trevor Patterson from Australia. Number 11, Wally Fullerton Smith from Australia. Number 12, Paul Medley. Number 13, Dave Heron. And 14, substitute Steve Bleakley from Australia. And 15, Brendan Hill. Linesman, Mr. Waller with the blue flag, Mr. Maguire with the yellow flag. And it's Wire in possession, Mike Gregory. Webby to Andy Gregory. And Gregory gets greeted with boos every time he gets the ball from the Leeds fans. That's Carl Webb. Short slip pass to Tony Worrell. Webby again at dummy half. The ball's in Andy Gregg's hands. He's coming on the blind side. He's taken down well. And there's a little flare up then. The referee just play on. That's Hasford with a little chip, and it's bouncing well. No, it bounced away, but he's got it. And he kicks again. And that's definitely lost, and it's Warrington in play. This is Brian Carvert kicking for the line. Could this be a try? Yes, it is. And that was a diabolical mistake by Leeds, but beautifully controlled, soccer style, by Brian Carvert. So Steve Hasford's return to the first team shows its mark in the first 3 minutes. A kick, he gathers, he kicks again. A dreadful mistake by the Leeds defence, enabling Carvert to dribble in soccer style. The ball bounced well for him, and he places it giving Steve Hesford a comparatively easy kick at goal. So there are yellow and blue scarves all the way around the ground today. This is amazing. It's not really, because both teams play in those colours. It's always been like that, and hopefully always will be. This is Steve Hesford trying to put 2 points onto that 4 points scored by Brian Carbett, and he does. That's Wyre 6 points to 0 in the lead in just about 3.5 minutes. And the Wyre fans getting behind the team. Kevin Dick to kick deep. Oh, it's an awkward bounce. Carbett has it covered. Carbett plays. Paul Cullen hands the ball on. It's Glyn Shaw, Tony Waddle in the play. In the Warrington 25, Carl Webb acting halfback. Steve Hesford, another kick, I think. It's a gigantic up and under. And Hesford takes that superbly himself. And there's a penalty for Warrington. An offence, a punch thrown by Leeds captain David Ward on Hesford. And so Hesford will place the ball and gain valuable ground for Wyre. What a take that was. And a good kick by Steve Hesford. The pressure on Leeds. It's Carl Webb to the tap. Andy Gregory, a work around, run around with Tony Waddle coming in. Glyn Shaw having treatment by Gordon Pinkney on a back. Injury, Andy Gregory to Mark Roberts. He falls to a tackle by Terry Webb. This time it's Bob Eccles bustling through, slips a pass to Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory jinking away, throws it. Paul Unane at number 6 takes it well. He's going through the gap, he finds his man. Paul Ford inside the Leeds 25. Wire ball. That's Peters to Andy Gregory to Bob Eccles, looking for space, trying to straighten up. He's found it. He slips the ball to Paul Unane, and the referee says forward pass. Forward pass, scrum down. The Wyre fans enjoying this pressure on the mighty Leeds. And it's Leeds head and ball. Kevin Dick to feed, a formidable scrum half. And whose ball is it? It's Wyre's ball. Mike Gregory to Andy Gregory to Steve Hesford. Hesford to Paul Unane. He beats his man. There's a Warrington player lying injured. Looks like an off the ball, but that's Tony Worrell. This is Andy Gregory. Jinker, that was a head-high tackle from Kevin Dick, and the referee and linesman both spotted it. Too many head-high tackles in rugby league, and that's one. We've got Steve Moylan warming up because Glyn Shaw is limping off. Glyn Shaw limping off, and Steve Moylan, number 15, ready to replace him. There's another Warrington player lying injured, and a penalty kick to Wyre to be taken by Steve Hesford for that head-high tackle by Kevin Dick. Derek Whitehead and Tony Barrow on the touchline, and Steve Moylan takes the place of Glyn Shaw after barely 8 minutes. And it's Mark Roberts that's injured for Wyre, being treated by Gordon Pinkney, the Warrington physio. He's up. Mike Gregory geeing the team up. He wants winning pay. So do the rest of the lads. At last the referee has realised that Steve Hesford intends to go for goal. Would he do anything else under these circumstances? I don't think so. Just getting a few spots of rain now. Pitch looks in excellent condition for open rugby as Steve wipes his mouth with his sleeve, lines up the ball, watches the post, eyes on the ball, bangs it straight through the middle. Warrington 8 points to 0 in the lead. And it's Kevin Dick to kick off. Carbot, Paul Unane and Hesford all lying deep. And it looks like Paul Cullen's ball. Paul Cullen, number 3 for wire, enjoyed himself since coming back in the first team after a long injury. Carl Webb dummy half, bringing it to Mark Roberts. He runs into 3 big Leeds players and is crashed to the turf. That's Tony Waddle breaking through, passed by Carl Webb. Webby again dummy half, back to Steve Hesford. Hesford with the kick. This is a long one. Eric Groth, number 2, bearded. And he tries to power his way through but doesn't get very far. Paul Ford in with a good tackle. On the halfway line, David Creaser. And knees in from Mike Gregory, penalty kick to Leeds. On David Heron. Notable absentee from the Leeds team, John Holmes. And that ball goes dead and it's a tap from the 25. Very bad kick indeed. And it's Hesford. He's kicking deep. It was not a tap. Oh, and a complete miss trap there by Neil Hunt. And he dummies and tries to go to loan. And the referee says that was a jersey. Not a head tackle. It was a collar tackle. Leeds in possession, Kevin Dick. That's a lovely break by number 10, Trevor Patterson. Big Aussie prop. Tony Curry. Another one from down under. Dave Heron. Lost ball, Wires ball. In possession, inside their own half. Steve Moylan plays. It's Andy Gregg wriggling his way through. Kevin Dick's got him down with the help of Roy Powell. Webby to Bob Eccles. That's Carl Webb to Andy Gregory to Mike Gregory. He's down by Roy Powell. Andy Gregg going right to Steve Hesford. Hesford with the grubber to touch. He looks good. And Neil Hunt looks slow to me. That was a super kick from Steve Hesford. What a start he's made. And it's Leeds head and ball yet again. Ball to be fed from our side of the ground. We're on the front row of the north stand. Ian Unsworth of Easy Video, Wigan, our cameraman. And Leeds on their own 25-yard line. David Ward acting half to Roy Powell. This is Kevin Dick with a kick. Barry Peters playing wing. Number 5 has got it covered. Long way to go. Good tackle by David Creaser. That's Paul Cullen. He's brought down just inside the wire 25. Carl Webb to Mike Gregory. Not gaining much ground. The Leeds tackling's coming in hard. Webb to Hesford. Wants to be in this game to Steve Hesford today. On the 25-yard line. Wire half. Carl Webb, Andy Gregory. And that was another high tackle for my money. And I think the offender was David Heron. The touch judge will put me right. No, it was the Yes, it was Dave Heron, the number 13. He's been spoken to. Roughing up Andy Gregory. David Ward's there because he's the captain. And punch indicated by the referee. This referee seems to be able to punch harder than marvellous Marvin Hagler. Luckily he's just punching air. Probably punched me after this commentary, wouldn't blame him. Steve Hesford. Carl Webb to take the tap. Leeds well onside. Carl Webb going on a solo. Hammering in. Andy Gregory, Steve Moylan, number 15, subbing for Glenn Shaw. Webby again to Andy Gregory, this time jinking left, jinking right, beats two men. Kevin Dick's got him, but a nice pass to Steve Moylan. Steve Moylan's tackled well by Wally Fullerton Smith. That's Bob Eccles. Mark Roberts. Well into the Leeds half, the pressure's on Leeds. Webb to Andy Gregory. Tony Worrell. Six tackle coming up. Back to Hesford. Hesford short a kick, he's kicking for touch. And it's knocked on by the mighty Eric Grove. These Aussies are not playing too well up to now. I think they've been told too often in the newspapers in the last couple of weeks what mighty and beautiful men they are. Well, will they turn it on later? It's Warrington's head and ball. Warrington's ball. That's Paul Unane reverse with Paul Ford. And that's Paul Cullen with a long pass and a very bad pass, I'm afraid, to Brian Carver. That was a certain triumph for the Wire. Thrown away by a silly mistake. We have a guest at Wilderspool today. Great player and a lovely fellow. Played for Wire some years ago, Len Horton, guest of our president, Brian Pitchford. Welcome to Wilderspool, Len Horton. Remember that match at Main Road against Oldham in the mud? Remember it well. This match, no mud around, but Leeds in possession, running strongly. And the ball's lost, and it looks like Paul Cullen gathers. Tony Curry holds him down, allows him to play. Mike Gregory trying to hammer his way through. Webb, Worrell, Webb again, drops it, regathers. I did not think that was a knock on, but the referee does, and he matters. Leeds head and ball. Differential penalty to Leeds. And he gives another 10 yards because I think Andy Gregory is talking out of turn. Bob Eccles questioning the decision. Bob Eccles, captain for the day. Kane Kelly absent through injury. David Ward wants another ball. Wire in the lead, 8 points to 0 after about 17 minutes. Anyone requiring copies of the videos taken of most of the Wire matches this season by Ian Unsworth, they can be obtained £10 per cassette copy. Details from Colin Brown, the manager secretary at the General Office. Easy Video, the name of the company. This is David Creaser, number 3, to take a penalty. Right foot kicker. 40 odd yards out and the ball falls over. Referee stops the clock. Starts the clock again. And will this be first points for Leeds? this afternoon. And the ball's well wide of the right hand upright, and Steve Hesford's already got another ball. And he takes a long kick, a long drop. Neil Hunt together. Neil Hunt does so. Crashing through almost on the halfway line. Ward. Heron to Wally Fullerton Smith. David Ward to Roy Powell. In the Warrington half. David Ward, Kevin Dick. A nice workaround move. And it's wise. No, Leeds ball. Terry Webb kicks. Hesford gathers safely. Looking for space. On the wire 25. Fiesta side of the ground. Tony Worrell. Webb. Steve Moylan. Webb dummy half. Back to Hesford. And the rain is coming down now very hard, and that's Neil Hunt running very hard but not going very far. And the referee penalises Carl Webb, and there's a little dust up there. Players being separated by players who are keeping the temper, and Carl Webb's getting a talking to. That was like going over the top, as Bill McLaren would say in rugby union. But he's penalised on the halfway line, and he's getting a talking to. Andy Gregory and Bob Eccles in on the conversation, and it's a booking for Carl Webb. It's a red card. That's 10 minutes in the sin bin. The Leeds crowd delighted, the Warrington crowd disgusted. 10 minutes in the bin for Carl Webb. And he said it's for talking. He'd have got away with the original offence. That's definitely a knock on. The referee indicated he's given him a sin bin for 10 minutes for talking. And so it's Leeds head and ball to be fed from the north stand side of the ground, and this time it's a differential penalty to Warrington. Kevin Dick taking his time, giving the ball back. Andy Gregory. Gives the ball to Steve Hesford. He bangs it into touch. Steve Moylan to take the tap. Moylan going solo. Brian Carbett, dummy half to Andy Gregory. Leeds penalised for offside, and I'm sure Steve Hesford will have a go at goal. Rain still coming down. Hesford indicates, yes, I'm going for goal. Wire in the lead, 8 points to 0. Peter Aspinall bringing on the bucket of sand. Steve should bring his own from Blackpool. There's enough there. What a way to watch a match. Two fellas there in a skip thing. What a way to watch a match. May they've hired it for the day. Maybe, you never know. One way to watch it. In the bucket, as they say. Will this kick be between the post? We hope so. Steve Hesford wipes his brow, wipes his mouth, takes his time, perfect balance. It looks good, and it is good. 3 out of 3 for Steve Hesford. Coupled with that Carbett try puts Warrington into the lead. 3 goals, 1 try, 10 points to 0. 23 minutes or so gone. Kevin Dick kicks deep. Hesford's got it covered. Now it's Paul Unane steps in front of Hesford. Paul Unane, he received a presentation of thanks from Palatine Hire of Causeway Avenue before the game. Soon on his way back to Australia is Paul Unane. Got a nice trophy too off Dave Berry and Terry Washer. This is Bob Eccles. Tony Worrell. Last tackle. Is Steve Hesford ready? I think he is. Ball thrown back to Hesford. Hesford kicks a grabber. It hits a Leeds player. And Neil Hunt in possession. Number 1. Tackled well by Mark Roberts on the halfway line. This is Roy Powell. Eric Groth acting half. He's having a go on his own. David Ward, Kevin Dick, Webb, Trevor Patterson, Kevin Dick, Wally Fullerton Smith. Felt the shoulder of Mark Roberts then. 6 tackle coming up. It's Roy Powell with it. To number 3, Davy Creaser. He puts in a chip and it's in touch, and that's valuable ground. And a substitution for Leeds. Brendan Hill, big fella, to replace Paul Medley, number 12. Substitution for Leeds. The referee's not seen it yet. Both linesmen, both touch judges, should I say, are indicating to the referee that a substitution will be made. Brendan Hill, big burly forward, replacing number 12 Paul Medley. He looks pretty fit, does Paul Medley too. Doesn't look injured at all. Leeds sponsored by Youngers. Wire, of course, sponsored by Sparky-Matic, the car sound that takes you further. Leeds heading ball. Kevin Dick feeds. It's his ball. Andy Gregg's round that pack, on him like a terrier. That's Neil Hunt jinking his way through. Pressure on the Warrington line. Wide down to 12 men, remember. That's Tony Curry, number 4. He won't go down. Referee shouting held. He plays. Kevin Dick. Ward. David Heron. Lost ball regathered by Trevor Patterson. David Ward. Roy Powell. He's grounded by Big Bob Eccles. That's a pass to no one from David Ward, but it's grabbed by a Leeds player in desperation. But Leeds still with the pressure on wire. Here's a kick from Terry Webb, and it's kicked directly dead. The Leeds players, especially the Aussies this afternoon, making some awful mistakes. Referee indicates a tap from the 25. Looks as though Steve Moylan is there to take it. Magnum Worrell driving in hard from that pass. Steve Moylan, dummy half, to Mike Gregory. Wally Fullerton Smith, the tackler. Lovely name. Andy Gregory. Paul Unane. Paul Ford. Lovely inside pass to Barry Peters. Andy Gregory, Mike Gregory, Bob Eccles, straightening up, going through the gap. He's got Mark Roberts with him. Mark Roberts looking for support. Lovely tackle there from number 5, David Healy. Wire still with it. Andy Gregory puts in a grabber to the corner. Bob Eccles is going for it. He looks though it's Bob's. And it's knocked off. He loses the ball over the line. Fine football from wire. Andy Gregory with a superb grabber there. Listen to that appreciation. Wire fans back behind the team despite that desperate defeat at Workington. David Ward's wanting a ball. Play without it. It's good. David Ward gets his ball, proceeds to tap from the 25 and brings it right. That's Brendan Hill, bustling substitute. Wally Fullerton Smith to the ground. That's Roy Powell. In the Leeds half, Leeds in possession. David Ward, dummy half. David Heron to Webb. That's Neil Hunt with the bad pass and Brian Carbett in possession. Not playing very well, Neil Hunt, this afternoon. Carbett looks injured. And it's a knock-on at the play of the ball by Paul Cullen. Gordon Pinkney, the Warrington physio, on again. Carl Webb still in the dressing room, Simbin, and it's differential penalty for illegal feeding against Kevin Dick. Brian Carbett receiving treatment on a knee injury. Hesford going to place this one, bang it into touch. Now two viewers in the skip have decided they've seen enough, or it's back to work, or if we're the same pet. And it's Steve Moylan to take the tap. He's going solo, doesn't get very far. Brendan Hill, the tackler. Andy Gregory, Worrell, Mike Gregory, powered down by Wally Fullerton Smith. I like saying that name, you can tell, can't you? Oh, and that's a lovely pass from Andy Gregory, which is lost, and finally ruled knock on, scrum down. Six Aussies in the Leeds lineup and one Aussie as a sub. That's Paul Unane, he's an Aussie too, the only one on the wire team. That's Steve Hesford. Blackpool via Zimbabwe. Steve Hesford, that's Mike Gregory. Wigan St Pat's, formerly. Andy Gregory, same club. Outrageous dummy taken by the Leeds defence. Thrown by Andy Gregory. Moylan, Mike Gregory, Bob Eccles. Tackled as he held the ball, as he got the ball. Mike Gregory. Last tackle coming up. Hesford's in position, but no. Andy comes left, and this is Paul Ford. He gets a lovely kick in before he's hit off the ball, and Neil Hunt takes that one well. Good play by Paul Ford in at centre today. This is Eric Grove. He's a mean machine of a man. That's Brendan Hill. And Webby's come back. Carl Webb on the touchline. Done his 10 minutes. Just solved the Times crossword. Halfway through the Sunday Observer one. And he's on the field by permission of the linesman after doing 10 minutes in the bin. And that ball was passed off the floor by Trevor Paddison. You might get away with that in Sydney, but not at Wilderspool. Mr. Hodgson from Maryport stamping his authority on this game. And he certainly demonstrates exactly what he's given the offence for, which is nice to see. And Hesford's going for goal. He's kicked 3 out of 3. I think Andy Gregory must be captain. I was reading my notes in the Tannoy box while the toss-up was being made. And it's Steve Hesford. Nearly 40 yards out, but directly in front of the sticks. Warrington already 10 points to 0 in the lead. Hesford kicks. Looks wide. Well wide of the right post. 2 balls on the pitch. David Healy with the ball, plays it to David Ward, and Warrington ruled offside by referee Hodgson. Leeds take it quick. David Creaser, the number 3. Good tackle there from Bob Eccles. Dave Ward. David Heron. Dave Ward. Kevin Dick. David Heron. Bad pass taken very well by Eric Groth, who pops up anywhere on the left this time. And he's powering through. Powerful man. And there's an offence. The linesman's on. Touch judge waving his flag. And there's a ball thrown at a Warrington player. Will we see someone else sin bin? Eric Groth is very unhappy. Who's been brought out? The referee getting a report from the touch judge. And he brings Mike Gregory out for a lecture. Keep your mouth shut, Michael. Doesn't do you any good. Warns him, nods, sorry referee. Referee indicates punching. Mike Gregory, the offender. 10 for goal to be taken by David Creaser. About 35 minutes gone in the first half. Wire in the lead. 10 points to 0. David Creaser. Not an easy kick. And it's wide of the right hand upright. So the score remains Wire 10, Leeds 0. Hasford to kick. Eric Groth crashes straight, but no problem that time to Mike Gregory and Mark Roberts. That's Wally Fullerton Smith inside the Wire half, and now the ball's lost and Wire in possession. Tony Waddle, and there was an offence there by Kevin Dick. That's his second time. He must be off. He must be off, red carded, I think. That's Kevin Dick's second offence. And he doesn't get a card. Carl Webb got it for one offence. Second punching offence and not even booked. No yellow card, no red card. Oh, and that was a vicious tackle by David Heron. And a penalty, losing 10 yards for yapping back. And Kevin Dick still having a go. And I'm sure he's going to stop one from Webby in a minute. Kevin Dick's causing trouble. Hasford's going for touch. Wants a try before half-time. Problem with the sin bin, they can only do it for technical, gets sent off for technical offences like chatting or doing something silly. So Kevin Dick's got away with 2 punching offences, while Carl Webb gets 10 minutes off the field just for chatting. Rather daft in my opinion. Big Bob Eccles. Referee indicates that was a shoulder tackle, not a head tackle. Webb inside the Leeds 25. Roy Powell with a vicious, well not a vicious but a very hard tackle on Andy Gregory, very fair one. Apologise for using the word vicious, but that's Mark Roberts. Kevin Dick in the tackle. Warrington coming left, Andy Gregory to Steve Moylan straightening up. Last tackle coming up, Hesford's in position, will it be a drop goal? No, Andy Gregory gives it to McNamara. Waddle back to Hesford, and Hesford does attempt a drop goal, but it's wide. And Healy takes it. There's David Ward. Neil Hunt, the fullback at dummy half, to Brendan Hill. Leeds still with the ball. And that's good passing that. That's Creaser. And he's bundled into touch with a great tackle from Bob Eccles. Right on the halfway line. And it's Warrington's head and ball. Andy Gregory feeds. Andy Gregory to Paul Unane. Paul Unane trying to make the break on the halfway line. Paul Ford, acting halfback, moves it right to Mike Gregory. Carl Webb, dummy half. Andy Gregory in the play all the time. Dumped by Brendan Hill is Andy Gregory. Has a little natter to him. Tony Worrell. Paul Unane to Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory grabber to touch, but Eric Groth's got it covered. And there's the half-time hooter, and the Warrington fan delighted with that lead of 10 points to 0, and Leeds just haven't looked like scoring. Tremendous performance by Wire. And so we're back for the second half here at Wilderspool, and Warrington have Ian Duane on the pitch. I'm looking around, I think Paul Ford's missing, and Leeds kick off. Carbett in possession. Wire in the lead, 10 points to 0. Carl Webb. That's Carbett injured again. No, Paul Ford's all right. Paul Ford's on. Well taken by Neil Hunt, that kick from Hesford. Making good ground. And there's a mix-up there. And it's Andy Gregory that's missing. And would you believe it? Carl Webb's gone to scrum half. I wonder if he's played there before. Carl Webb at scrum half in place of Andy Gregory. Differential penalty against the Wire to Leeds on the halfway line. David Creaser kicks, puts the ball into the stand. David Ward to take the tap. Working a run around, David Heron. He had Wally, FS on his left, but this time it's Brendan Hill driving in. Will Warrington miss Andy Gregory? That's the talking point. Cullen the tackler there on Tony Curry. Neil Hunt. Wally Fullerton Smith misses that ball and it goes straight into Mike Gregory's hands. Carl Webb to Ian Duane. Carl Webb to Paul Unane. Mark Roberts. Steve Moylan acting half. Brings it right to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles tries to crash through, but well tackled. Carl Webb. Paul Unane. Misses out. Ian Duane gives it to Mike Gregory, who's brought down almost on the halfway line. Ian Duane to Hesford, who kicks. Wally Fullerton Smith collects. And Hesford is the tackler. And a head went in, I think. But he's all right. Roy Powell. David Ward. Brendan Hill, a slip pass, but it's a knock on. Referee not happy with that scrum. It's Warrington's head and ball. Carl Webb to feed. And Wire penalised. Sorry, it's Leeds penalised. Handing out. Hesford to take. Bob Eccles lecturing his men. There's a big bunch at the moment in the middle of the pitch. Moylan's got to go alone. He had no backup whatsoever. They thought they were at Sunday school for the minute. In Duane to Mark Roberts. Almost on the Leeds 25. Tony Worrell, Paul Unane, Bob Eccles. Tony Worrell. Oh, that's a rare knock on from Steve Hesford. I think he was looking at the post, ready for a drop. Definitely took his eye off the ball. He hates himself for doing things like that, does Stephen? And it's Kevin Dick's ball. Neil Hunt in the attack. This time it's a penalty to Leeds on the halfway line. Punching offence on Neil Hunt. David Creasy to take the kick. Doesn't gain much ground, but puts it over the top of Snookers. Almost landed in Hurricane Higgins' mouth. And it's Leeds throwing this ball about now. This is Eric Growth. Excitement every time he gets the ball. Obviously why I've been told to watch this Growth. This is Neil Hunt. Sidesteps well. Lovely pass to Wally Fullerton Smith. He's going for it. He throws the ball out and it's taken well. But a good tackle there by Ian Duane. And there's pressure on the wire line here. Kevin Dick. A long pass. And it's misgathered. They make a mess of this Leeds. And it's a complete mix-up, and referee rules knock on. Oh, they had the line at the mercy then, did Leeds. Gordon Pinkney on again, a Warrington man injured. Carl Webb to feed from the leisure centre side of the ground, and Neil Hunt knocks on yet again. Wires head and ball. It's Webby coming around that pack. He's well wrapped up. Terry Webb in the tackle. Mike Gregory to Ian Duane. Come on, move, Wire, move with this ball. Mike Gregory trying to straighten up. Ian Duane, no, it's replaced by Steve Moylan at dummy half. Ball pushed back to Hesford, who kicks deep. And this ball's going to bounce dead. So it's from the 25. David Ward to tap. pushes it right to Brendan Hill. The light's fading here. That's Roy Powell. Nice slip pass there. This is Leeds running fast. Curry with it. Beautiful play this. Great run there from Tony Curry. David Healy, number 5, to Neil Hunt. Puts up and under. Hesford's going for it, running away from him. And he loses that one. And it's still Wyre's ball. Touch the Leeds man first. Tony Waddle to play. Hesford's injured. Carl Webb to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles bursting through. Nice pass to Mike Gregory. Paul Unane. Not a good pass. Taken by... No, it's lost again by Induane. And referee rules knock on. Lee's head and ball. Kevin Dick to feed. Differential penalty against Wyre, taken very quickly by Leeds. That's Roy Powell driving through. Pressure on Wyre. Roy Powell, referee rules, knock on. Scrum down. Carl Webb to feed. And it's Leeds' ball. Differential penalty. 2 Leeds. Kevin Dick takes it quickly. Webb, Neil Hunt. Neil Hunt, Wally Fullerton Smith. Webb again. Number 6 for Leeds. Terry Webb. And it's a penalty for kneeling on against Wyre. David Ward calling up David Creaser to take the kick at goal. Preferring to take the 2 points and go for the 6. I think he's wise at this stage of the game. Only 10 points behind and Andy Gregory not on the field. Referee stops the clock. Referee starts the clock again. That's the signal. Starts to rain again as the referee starts the clock. He may control the weather. It's Creaser to kick. And that's the first point this afternoon to Leeds. A goal to David Creaser. Score Warrington 10, Leeds 2. About 28 minutes to go. Paul Ford kicks this time. David Healy, the man with the ball. For Leeds, David Ward. Kevin Dick, Roy Powell. Steve Hesford's gone on the left wing, he's limping. Paul Ford's move to fullback. Looks like a reoccurrence of the knee injury Steve Hesford suffered all season. David Ward has the ball. David Heron to David Ward. David Heron again, mustachioed. On the halfway line. Terry Webb to Kevin Dick, Grubber. Cullen puts the boot to it and bounces nice to Carvert. Brian Carvert to play. Carl Webb. Went in very hard then, but very fairly. That's Paul Cullen. Oh, good tackle there. David Ward and Trevor Patterson. Ian Duane back to Paul Ford. Paul Ford kicks deep. Looks like Eric Groth's ball. He misses it. Now he keeps it in play though. He's got it behind his own line. Eric Groth. He's beat two men. He's going like a tank. Inside. Good pass. This is good football. That's David Heron. Quite straightening up. And that's beautiful football from Leeds. Right into the Warrington 25 and a penalty kick to Leeds. And a Leeds player kicked a Warrington man while he was on the ground. And luckily the touch judges have seen it. A kick while the man was lying on the ground. Eccles was kicked. Eccles kicked while he was on the ground after the penalty had been given. Neil Hunt being lectured by the referee. And all you get is a talking to for kicking. Well, it's amazing. And David Crease are obviously going for goal. You can kick and punch, but talk and you're off. David Crease in front of the sticks, 25 yards out. Should be no problem. And the second goal to David Crease. The score, Warrington 10, Leeds 4. And the Wire fans booing the referee. Steve Hesford to kick. Good take there. David Healy being pushed back. Oh! The Warrington players going in really hard there. And Leeds to clear the line. This is a cracker. A cracker. That's what Frank would say. It's a cracker. No room for faint hearts there. Leeds in their own 25. Kevin Dick puts in the kick. It's a good one too. Rolling into touch. Beautiful, beautiful touch from Kevin Dick. Carl Webb, the put in, Warrington's head. Ball fed from the Leicester side of the ground. Leeds ball, won that one against the head. Webb to Hunt. Hunt brought down by his opposite number one, Stephen Hesford. Kevin Dick dummy half. David Heron. Good loose forward. On the halfway line, David Ward. Roy Powell. Gets to a lot of work, this number 8. David Ward, only 6 points in it. This is Brendan Hill, number 15. Bang, bounces Steve Moylan off. Kevin Dick to Webb. Little chip kick. Taken by Steve Moylan. Wire in their own half, but with possession. Carl Webb. Michael Gregory. Carl Webb acting half. Bob Eccles coming right. Good, fair, hard tackling that from Tony Curry and Brendan Hill. Tony Worrell Paul Cullen back to Hesford. Hesford with a kick. Bisects Eric Groth. Eric Groth gets it. Eric Groth and Neil Hunt, but it goes to Eric Groth and he powers him, but the Warrington team have got him spotted all the time. Exciting player, that's Neil Hunt. Doesn't get far that time. David Ward. Wally Fullerton Smith. David Ward again. Referee making Warrington get onside. Trevor Patterson. Kevin Dick, David Ward. Terry Webb to Roy Powell. And it's a changeover. 6 tackles have gone. Warrington to play. That's Stevie Moylan. Gordon Pinkney's on the pitch. Looks like Bob Eccles injured. Yes, he is. Bad pass, but taken by Paul Ford. Carl Webb. Ian Duane. Wire leading 10 points to 4. 20 minutes left. We're almost into the last quarter. Leeds have their number 12 Paul Medley warming up. Wire have it. This is a long drop kick from Steve Hesford, and it's fractionally wide. That was a great kick. Tony Waddle receiving treatment from Gordon Pinkney. Limping a little bit, Tony Waddle. And Roy Powell being replaced by number 12 Paul Medley. That's number 8. Played his heart out, Roy Powell. This time it's Brendan Hill. He's played well since he came on. Wire desperate to hold on to this lead. Leeds determined to get a try. That's Wally FS. That's Kevin Dick. Terry Webb, the standoff. Referee Hodgson waves Warrington onside. Paul Medley, number 12. Kevin Dick. Webb, Dick. Long pass to Creashead. Bad pass taken well, but tackled well by Paul Unane. This is the 6th tackle coming up, and Kevin Dick knows it and puts in a kick, and it's out of play, ball back. So 3 goals to Steve Hesford and a try to Brian Carver makes the Warrington score 10. 2 goals from David Creaser makes the Leeds score 4. And the referee penalising Mike Gregory for coming round the pack. Offside, and it's a penalty to Leeds. David Creaser, not a good kick, but it's safe. David Ward to take the tap. Brendan Hill on halfway. David Ward. Kevin Dick. Nice passing. Forward. Forward. Referee Hodgson spotted that. We've got a new scrum half. We've got Paul Ford working at scrum half now. That's Mike Gregory. And there's an offence by Wally Fullerton Smith on Mike Gregory. And he's sent off. Wally Fullerton Smith sent off. Putting the knee in. Sent off. He doesn't want to go. You've got to go when your referee says you've got to go. And referee Hodgson, he certainly demonstrates the offences. Wally Fullerton Smith hands his gum shield to one of the training staff. So Leeds are down to 12 men with a kickable penalty to Steve Hesford. And Hesford asks for sand. It's 10 points to 4. It's 12 minutes past 4. Hesford 40 yards out. Kick 3, miss 1. He's pulled it wide of the right post. That was a kick wire needed. And there's another dust up there. A Wyer's possession, Bob Eccles. Moving right, but he gets banged into touch. And referee Hodgson's got a hot match on his hands today. Last match of the season for Wyer. Differential penalty for the use of the head in the scrum. David creases the kick. Finds touch. And it's Leeds on the attack in their own half. And the tackling is rough and rugged there. 3 wire forwards in that tackle. David Ward to Brendan Hill. He's a big man. Oh, a beautiful break by this number 15 Brendan Hill, and a lovely run there. He lost the ball and the referee says knock on. He knocked on and regathered. It's not over yet. Paul Ford playing scrum half. Induane in possession. Cole Webb, Paul Ford, Stevie Moylan. Cole Webb, Paul Ford, Mike Gregory. Cole Webb, dummy half. Brings it right to Mark Roberts on the halfway line. Good tackle there from Paul Medley. To Paul Ford again, to Paul Unane, to Steve Hesford. Barry Peters, not as much chance on that wing, Barry, today. 6th tackle coming up. Ian Duane gives it to Hesford. Hesford with another gigantic drop. And he just misses. That was a superb kick. He's dangerous wherever he plays. That was fully 60 yards from the post. And the time ticks by. Can Leeds pull it back? They've done it before. Can they do it today? Can the wide defence hold it? It's Brendan Hill. What a good forward. And a mix-up there from David Ward, but Leeds still in possession. Referee says play on. David Heron, nice ball there to Neil Hunt. Neil Hunt to David Heron again. Kevin Dick. David Ward. Terry Webb. Plays it to Kevin Dick. Kevin Dick right. Trevor Patterson. Gaining ground, but this is the 6th tackle. Will we see a bomber? Neil Hunt. Eric Roth. Just can't collect the pass, and it's a scrum down. Wyer's head and ball. Re-scrum, says referee Hodgson of Maryport, Cumbria. Paul Ford. It's Kevin Dick's ball for Leeds. Inside to Eric Groth. Pressure on Wyer now. Leeds moving this ball. Webb. Creaser. Curry. Nice centre this Curry. On the outside. A beautiful tackle by Brian Carvett. Beautiful tackle. Copybook tackle. But the pressure's still on Wyer. It's a scrum down. Ten yards out. And it's Paul Ford's ball for wire. Mike Gregory, dummy half. Pushing men off. Hammering through. Paul Unane. Mark Roberts. Clears the 25-yard line. Sun coming out. Mike Gregory puts in a little grubber chip. Gathered by Leeds player David Heron, I think, and tackled by... And a penalty given against Mike Gregory for holding the man down. Davy Creaser to kick. Kicking right for touch. Kicking for position. And a good kick this time. Over the gates, out of the ground. David Ward to take the tap. Kevin Dick. Trevor Patterson. 10 yards out. Kevin Dick. Terry Webb. Eric Grove, he's got it. Pushing men off, barging through, crashing through. Neil Hunt, dummying away. Almost under the wire sticks. The pressure is on the Warrington team now. There's Kevin Dick going through solo, but he's just brought down Paul Unane and Webby in the tackle. Neil Hunt is over, I think. And Neil Hunt says he's ruled to have bounced the ball by referee Hodgson. He appeared to give the try and then change his mind. He's allowed to do so. It's a tap from the 25 taken by Mike Gregory. A let off a wire there. Definitely a good look charm over wire's head at that time. That's Bob Eccles. 10 minutes to go. Referee shouts. Scrum down. I think Hesford's asking for another ball. It's Leeds head and ball. Kevin Dick to feed. Kevin Dick's ball. Terry Webb to Neil Hunt. Sidesteps well does Neil Hunt. Off the right foot. Davy Creaser. Dummy half. Kevin Dick. David Heron. Warrington must tackle. Brendan Hill, powerful. Inside the wide 25. Moyle in the tackler. David Ward. Kevin Dick. Dave Heron. Referee rules knock on. And a scrum down. Leeds head and ball. David Ward shoveling this ball out. Oh, that was right into the Leeds second row and the referee let it go. Neil Hunt sidestepping again, it's through. It's a try. It's a try. That's a try. And that all came from Kevin Dick getting away with that feed. The camera will show it. And so Neil Hunt, who was had the try taken away from him, scores that time. Bringing the lead score to 8 and a very kickable kick to David Creaser, which would make the scores 10-all. And the Leeds fans rejoicing now. Well, I'm going to Sicily tomorrow to join the Mafia. Might sign a few players. I'll find a horse's head in my bed. The temperature might be warmer over there in Sicily tomorrow, but it won't be. The atmosphere won't be any hotter than it is here at Wilderspool this afternoon. David Creaser, can he bring the scores level? And he misses it! Oh, that was a desperation kick. Wire in the lead just by 2 points, 10 points to 8. About 7 minutes to go, I'd say. I have not got my stopwatch today. 6 or 7 minutes to go. Hesford's placing the ball and taking his time. Don't blame him. They write books on gamesmanship. Hesford kicks the ball, falls as he kicks, just before he kicks it. That's Terry Webb, the standoff for Leeds. Leeds putting the pressure on Wire now. Wire have missed the promptings of Andrew Gregory, must be injured obviously, but they've put in a tremendous tackling stint. Unfortunately they let that try and that looked like a forward pass. That's Paul Medley with it. The referee wasn't in line that time. That's David Ward. Brendan Hill, what a good game he's had. And he gets a pass out, but it's taken by Paul Cullen. Wire fans delighted. Cullen in possession, he's playing it to Carl Webb. Webb's holding that ball. And the ball's wrenched out of his hands. The referee says that's allowed. And Leeds in possession. It's Neil Hunt with that lovely jinking side step on the halfway line. Hesford's up in the tackle. Get back, Stephen. Leeds with it. Pressure on Wire. Only 2 points in it. And Mike Gregory gets possession for Wire. Mark Roberts acting half. He's going solo. Seconds ticking away. About 5 minutes to go. Bob Eccles with it. He's going on a solo run too. I think we'll see a kick from Steve in a minute. Paul Unane to Steve Moylan. To Carl Webb. Swings round. Throws his men off beautifully. Hurts him too. Paul Medley. Steve Moylan. Brian Carvett. Runs round Curry as though he wasn't there. Paul Cullen, dummy half. Back to Hesford. Hesford with a drop, and it's a dreadful drop. Right to David Creaser. Puts Leeds onto the attack. Awful kick from Steve. Just inside the Leeds half. Leeds in possession. Eric Grove with it. The bearded, powerful man powering in. And David Heron, good loose forward. Good game today. That's Neil Hunt. Good sidestep, as I said before. He's jinking through two men. Bob Eccles has got him. He slings the pass back. And it's gathered by Paul Ford. Paul Ford plays it to Mike Gregory. Paul Ford acting halfback. Mike Gregory to play, only 2 points in it. Carl Webb. Oh, and that's another punch. Yet another punch from Kevin Dick. 3 times, and he's still on the pitch. He should be a boxer. 3 punches. He can punch as much as you like as long as he gives us free kicks. That's Moylan. He's got the ball stolen from him by Brendan Hill. David Ward. Trevor Patterson plays it to David Ward. Kevin Dick. David Heron. What a good game he's had. Can only be 3 minutes left or so. Not had the man of the match announced yet. Bad pass from Leeds into touch.
by E&G Recovery Mini Skip Hire is Warrington's Tony Worrell.
The Warrington Man of the Match award, chosen by E&G Skip Hire, goes to Warrington's number 10, Tony Worrell. And it's penalty to Leeds. Can't be long to go. David Creaser puts into touch. Leeds' last chance this, but still in them to do it. They can come back. Wide defence must be firm. Anything can happen in rugby league. Brendan Hill takes 3 men to bring him down. Powerhouse of a man. David Ward. David Heron, skillful. Nice tackle from Carl Webb. Neil Hunt, heel jink. He's the man to find the gaps. Bad pass. Referee says play on. And slate clean. I didn't see it touch a Warrington player, but it's David Ward with it to Paul Medley. Pressure on wire now. They're 2 points into the lead. David Ward to Webb. This is David Heron going through well. He throws a bad pass and it's Warrington's possession. Just what Warrington needed. Wire fans desperately awaiting that hooter. And this is Mike Gregory. He's finding the gap. Only could have got the ball to Paul Unane. The sport's all about ifs. This is Paul Cullen. David Healy, the tackler. He plays the ball to Paul Unane. Nothing silly wire. Carl Webb. And another punch! And nothing said about it. Webby laughs at Kevin Dick. And Hesford bangs that ball really deep. That's a great kick in this circumstance. And it rolls dead. A great relieving kick from Steve Hesford that puts Leeds way back into their own half, and there can only be seconds left to play. And the referee says scrum. Offside. And Wire must hold out now. Let's end the season on a high note after some recent disasters. Let's face it, Warrington had nothing really to play for, but they've played their hearts out today. They're safe from relegation, and it's their last match of the season. But both teams have put everything to it. And there goes the hooter. And the Warrington crowd are delirious. They've played the second half without Andy Gregory. They had Carl Webb sin-binned, but they've come out winners at 10 points to 8. A superb win here at Wilderspool this afternoon, the 21st of April 1985. Last slalom lager game of the season. Safe for battling again in the championship next season. Warrington, 3 goals from Steve Hesford and a try from Brian Carbett, 10 points. Leeds have a try from Neil Hunt and 2 goals from David Creaser, making 8 points, which means that you don't have to have all Australians to win. This is Peter Robinson, his last commentary of the season. Going to Sicily tomorrow, no kidding. I'll enjoy the sunshine there. I've enjoyed the match. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you want copies, call at the office, ask for a copy of the video. £10 per copy, prepared and filmed by Ian Unsworth of Easy Video, Wigan. Well worth keeping a video of this match, I'm sure you'll agree. Warrington 10, Leeds 8, going for a pint. Peter Robinson saying, ta-da for now.